The following has been approved for mature audiences.
We're back.
Hi, welcome again to another edition of
You
gonna need a lot more wine. Cheers, cheers,
we love
ladies.
you
All right,
guys.
y'all know you gotta take a drink now. Oh my God, I
blasted
needed
before
that
we get
so bad.
started.
It's been a really, really, really long day.
Long day.
But I have to be able
Long
to see
day.
my comments.
So, first of all, before we get started, I would like to just talk about a couple of things.
I want to say something before she gets started. We are in Breezy's office, downtown
go
Atlanta.
Breezy!
Yay, our girl. We broadcasted live from her office because we had a lot of work to do today, and we were like, okay, we're just gonna shoot from your office. So, thank you for allowing us to do our thing. Okay, go
Thank
ahead.
you, Ms. Dodson. You're so wonderful. Hey, cheers.
Welcome.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, listen, first of all, we have had an amazing day today. We did a photo shoot earlier,
Yes.
and we came live
Hence
from,
the
where do we do our photo shoot at? Where is that at?
Havana Cigar Lounge.
Hey.
Beautiful place.
Beautiful. You
place.
cigar smokers in Atlanta, Georgia, you must visit Havana
Havana
Cigar
Cigar
Lounge.
Lounge.
All right. Thank y'all so much for allowing us to shoot there earlier. We really, really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Again, before we get started, just a couple of disclaimers. The first one is the reason why we do our topics each week is basically to educate, to empower, to enlighten, to encourage, and also engage all of our listeners in conversations that are hopefully going to bring awareness to each one of the topics that we do discuss each week. And secondly, whichever item you decide to partake in this evening, please drink responsibly and don't drink and drive. All
Don't do
right, let's get it started, ladies. Happy Saturday.
Thank you. Happy
Yeah,
Saturday.
All
So
right.
we're bringing it back because I guess folks did not get enough time to comment in on our last live post where we were talking about pastors or pimps.
Pastors or pimps?
Pastors or pimps. And I want to say one more thing. Did you guys know that the black churches brought in $40 billion last year? $40 billion last year.
Is that B with a B?
Well,
Billion?
B.
What?
And a question that somebody had after they found out the black churches was bringing in $40 billion, Easy said, are they depositing that in the black church so that the black church, or in the black banks, so that the black banks can help out the black community? I think they're not. But anyway, go ahead.
That was a great question, though.
Okay, so I have a follow-up question. So is this about black churches or churches in general?
Pastors or pimps, what they doing with our money once when we're tithing?
Okay.
And is it another jet? Is
That we
it a new Bentley
trying to
so they can
fund?
flex with the musicians?
Right.
But I guess the focus probably was on black churches because you're asking how can we empower our community as a people. So we were talking about pastors and pimps any color because it doesn't just happen in the
Very,
African
very
American
true.
community.
That's
But
true.
due to the fact that we black folks, we talking about what they doing in our black
Okay, so
neighborhoods.
okay, that's okay. It's okay. This is the first time hearing about it. It was African American churches. I just thought, okay,
Yes.
okay. So
So one thing that I did, I talked to a gentleman
40
after
billion.
40 billion. We still haven't gotten over that yet. So I talked to a gentleman a couple of weeks ago after our last session with this, and he made a really, really good point. He talked about most of the people that attend the churches in our neighborhoods, these people don't even reside in our neighborhoods. So with that said, why would they even care about what's actually happening in the neighborhoods around the churches?
So the pastor doesn't live in the neighborhood in which they pastor the church.
That is absolutely
Wow.
correct. And also the members as well.
How could they live in the neighborhoods that they're pastoring if the neighborhoods are kind of on the poor side, but they living in a $2 million house? Ain't no $2 million houses in the hood.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's so crazy in Atlanta. There are some $1 million homes in some of our poor neighborhoods because these people around here, they will set up shop in any neighborhood. They just want to get their house on that land. So
yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Wow.
So, do we have any call-in people that want to call in? We gave out. Carla can give out the number again.
Okay, so
Because I know a lot of y'all started calling in when we said, okay, thank you, have a good day. Then everybody wanted to call in.
When the show was about
Text
to
and
end.
everything.
Yeah, call in. We'd like to hear from you, and also we want to hear some of your comments.
Yes.
So a question that B had earlier was, when I told her about Easy's comment about are they, with that 40 billion, are they putting in a black church? Or, why do I keep saying church? Are they putting in the black banks?
Black banks,
And Bree said, well, how many black banks you know of? I was like, there's a few. But see, I live in Atlanta. That's it's not like that everywhere else. Because I can't name one in the place I come from, which is Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Any black banks out there, y'all?
Any black people in Minnesota?
Shut up! You know what I
Are
used to
there
say?
any black people in Minnesota?
I used to always say, folks, and when I first got here, they were like, I ain't know black people lived in Minneapolis.
Exactly, because
I said,
black
yeah.
people don't want to be cold, and Minnesota is cold, ain't it?
I used to say, yeah, me and Prince, but I left, so he by himself.
He's by
Oh,
himself.
wow.
Huh?
Yeah, but it was, there's a few. There's a few. We, hold on a second. Go ahead, John.
So we definitely want to try to discuss some solutions. We kind of talked about this on the last show about what is it that we can do as members of the church to help our pastors out or help our churches out so that they're not in this by themselves. First of all, we talked about them not being able to, they're not going to be able to go out into the neighborhoods and do this stuff themselves. So as a body of church, the arm cannot work without the legs.
Absolutely.
The eyes cannot work without the nose.
Very
and all that
true.
stuff. Everybody
Very
has
true.
to do their part and bring this thing together so that we can get out and help the communities out that are around our churches and
Absolutely.
anywhere.
And we do realize that we make up the church, individuals.
Correct.
So when we say the church as if it's apart from us, yes, I get it. We are a part of the church. We have to go into and do our part, and so that our voices can be heard. What are you doing with the tithe? Okay, we've already taken care of that. Now let's maybe do some grants and stuff to help our members out. After the church fund has been made, we've done the fish fries and done all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
How do we take that money now and give back to the communities? Like, how does that work?
That's a great point. It really would be helpful if we came up with some things inside the church to be able to, lend our members so they don't have to go to these banks to try to get money. It would also be helpful if we, had different grants and different things like that the church offered. Maybe they could help the members out in that way so that they don't have to go borrow money to
Right,
do
like
the
if
things
you
that
have
they
a
need to do.
business idea.
Correct.
Instead of going to the bank and going through all that rigmarole, not saying that you're not going to have a really solid and tight business plan. Like you have to show, your profit and loss and all this good stuff. But instead of going to the bank like a million other people, and you are a person that is tied into that church, can you go to the church to get your loan and get some help? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Right.
We have a call in.
We have a caller. Hi, welcome to You Gonna Need a Lot More Wine. Do you have any comments about our topic today?
Yes, ma'am. First of all, thank you for receiving my call. I believe the topic is pastors or pimp. Well, first of all, how did you come up with the title?
Did I come up with that? Oh my goodness, I am terrible.
Well, did, but
it's just you just start to think about what the pimps do. Pimps actually they do nothing but take, and take.
and give you false promises.
And give you false promises, and it seems like a lot of our churches and our pastors, it seems like that's what a lot of them are doing. So it just seems like there's just such a comparison to be made between the pastors and the pimps. So I guess that's how I came up with it.
Well, it's a very serious comparison because I'm calling in from Memphis, and Memphis is known as one of the cities.
What's your name first? I'm sorry, we didn't get your name.
James, my name is James Muhammad.
Oh,
Hi,
okay,
James. Thanks
James,
for calling in.
And, you know, Memphis is a city which we call the Bible Belt.
Right.
And there's a church on every corner. But, you know, if you draw the comparison between the number of churches and then look at the condition of the people, because if there's a church on every corner, we see here in Memphis there's a pimp on every corner, there's a crackhead on every corner, there's a drug dealer on every corner.
Right.
Also, and when you say someone is a pimp, you're saying that they are making use of someone's talent or gifts dishonestly. And there's someone who takes control over the mind of a person.
Yes.
And when you
mentioned
look
that
at the
earlier.
preachers today, we have to be honest. You know, I think this generation now have a totally different look at ministers.
Mm-hmm.
Not
True.
like our parents.
True.
Growing up in the Bible Belt, and everyone in my family is a preacher. I'm a pastor's son. But
Okay.
the pastors couldn't do no evil.
Right.
And but if we be honest, who made our pastors?
Hmm.
You know, this thing have a historical significance. You know, it was a time that, you know, there was no religion on the plantations.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great point. Yeah.
And when they found favor to make us Christians, I hope I don't upset anyone, you know, they had to point someone among us to teach us.
To become that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And one of the first things they taught the pastors was don't teach the Old Testament. Just
Man.
teach the New Testament. And they trained them how to teach us. So you 300 years, 100 some years into this now, if you look at the churches are the ones that our enemy used to calm us down. The churches are the ones who come out front when there's a protest. They always send you a pastor out.
Be peaceful. Stay peaceful.
Be
But y'all just killed up 5 brothers in the neighborhood. But be peaceful. Stay calm. What?
Yeah.
Can we all get along?
Exactly.
y'all get along?
Exactly.
What?
Turn the other cheek.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can't get along. But anyway.
So
But yes, ma'am.
I was going to say those are some really good points that you made. So, you know, we were talking about solutions to some of these things about, you know, our neighborhoods that our churches reside in. What do you think some things that the pastors of the churches can do to help out the community? What do you think would be some good things?
I personally have given up on the pastors.
Mm.